The latest issue of Women's Day reveals a tawdry tale of royal family drama between Prince William and Meghan Markle. The story ran under a huge headline that boldly declared Markles had been banned from the palace. Apparently, the Duchess of Sussex is facing some unwelcome consequences after dragging the royal family through the mud last year. According to sources who spoke with the outlet, Queen Elizabeth put William, along with a few advisors, in charge of crafting the guest list for her Platinum Jubilee celebrations. William quickly made use of his new powers by making it clear that Markle was definitely off the list. A source confides, Meghan's made things hard enough, without her swanning back into the UK and having all the headlines be about her again, adding, Wills just doesn't want the drama she always seems to bring. This is supposedly the last news that Markle wanted to hear. Meghan can't bear the thought of how humiliating it would be if people found out she wasn't invited, a source allegedly close to the California-based Duchess explains. Now Markle is desperately backpedaling, but it would seem she's just uselessly spinning her wheels. She's trying to reach him but is being stonewalled by his staff. William has made it clear the damage is done and he has no interest in speaking to her, the tipster gleefully reports. This is a catastrophe for Meghan, the source continues, adding that Markle has realized she still needs to be connected with the royal family to keep her high profile, as public interest in her and Prince Harry wanes in the US. In conclusion, the suspicious source insists Markle's now worried that William has more sway with his grandmother than she realized, and is fretting that he'll do something drastic like convincing her to cut off Harry and Meghan, both from herself and her fortune. Besides, Graham Smith, who heads up the campaign group Republic, is calling for the abolition of the monarchy as the head of the British state. Mr. Smith described how the departure of Meghan and Harry from the front line of senior royals was very different to previous exits, most notably the abdication of Edward VIII in 1936. Meghan and Harry stepped back from official duties in March 2020, relocating to Meghan's home state of California in the U.S. They are now not permitted to use their former HRH titles, but do retain their titles of Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Mr. Smith told, the last time it really happened was the abdication, but that happened in a very difficult set of circumstances for the family. It was quite traumatic for them. He added that once a person is born into a life within the royal family, or becomes integrated into it, it likely feels like a one-way street, a conveyor belt or a highway with no exits. He said, it's like Harry and Meghan have suddenly said, well, hang on, there's an off-ramp here. You don't need to do this. You can go and do something else. He continued to say that such a realization could pose an issue for the royal family going forward, because they may now have to work much harder trying to instill some sense of royalty or duty in those who could realize there are other options open to them. Meghan and Harry's exit from royal family life sent shockwaves through the firm and through publics around the world. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex stay tight-lipped on the split, as did the royal family, until they starred in the now infamous sit-down interview with Oprah Winfrey in March 2021. In the interview, Harry claimed that Princes William and Charles were trapped within the system, and Meghan described how she struggled so much with her new life within the firm that she didn't want to be alive anymore. Commenting on the impact of the interview, Mr. Smith said, a lot of what Meghan and Harry said in that interview last year rang true for an awful lot of people. He added that it made the monarchy look shabby, inflexible and secretive and incapable of living by the standards of 2022. Mr. Smith argued that although reports of a rift between the Duchess of Sussex and Kate, Duchess of Cambridge, may have contributed to Megxit, the driving force will have been the monarchy's inability to adapt. He said, it shows that they struggle to accept anybody into the family from outside, unless they are willing, as Kate has been, to completely subsume themselves to pre-existing ways of behaving. He claimed the Sussexes' new way of operating, away from the confines of the royal households, showed the royal family to be dysfunctional and incapable of being flexible or changing. Last year, royal expert Emily Andrews suggested Meghan had hoped to find a companion in her sister-in-law, who would sympathize and understand the process of slotting in among senior royals. Speaking during Channel 5's documentary, Meghan at 40, Ms. Andrews claimed, here were two women, both outsiders, marrying into the royal family, living on the same complex at Kensington Palace, of course, they'd be besties. She continued on to say that this was likely Meghan's expectation, to have a confidant who knew the challenges she was facing and offer advice to power through the difficulties. She said, that's what Meghan felt. She confided in a number of her friends that she hoped Kate would help her adjust to royal life, but the cracks started to show pretty early on. Behind the scenes, Meghan was feeling a bit rebuffed. I'm not sure whether Kate ever realized